Imagine this, a hospital room alive not with the usual hush of aging and decline, but with vibrance, laughter, and a sharp wit that cuts through decades of memories. Sitting upright in the bed is Mrs. L.R., an extraordinary woman who just celebrated her 98th birthday. She fixes Dr. Topol with an appraising gaze, quizzes him about the latest medical research, and recounts, in vivid detail, her walk through the neighborhood that morning. 3 miles, no cane, and not a single complaint. Her memory, crystal clear. Her strength, enough to open a stubborn jar of pickles and everyone's eyes. Now, I want you to picture someone else, someone in their early 50s. He's working long hours, constantly tired, fighting the familiar foes of hypertension, creeping weight, and more recently, brain fog that just won't lift. His doctor's waiting room looks a lot like the one Mrs. L.R. walked out of decades ago, but the story is far different. He's not alone. In fact, most Americans in their prime years find themselves staring down a long list of prescriptions and future limitations. Here's the challenging truth that Dr. Topol wants us to face. In the United States, a staggering 95% of people over the age of 60 already have at least one chronic disease: heart disease, type 2 diabetes, arthritis, maybe cancer. For nearly all of them, there's a second diagnosis not far behind. These aren't just numbers. These are lives quietly narrowed by what we've come to accept as the inevitable toll of aging. So, what makes someone like Mrs. L.R. break the mold? What allows her to leap past birthdays others associate with decline, while her younger peers count pills and lament lost energy? Is it simply genetic luck? A spin of the DNA wheel? Is it superhuman willpower? The answer, as you'll discover in Dr. Topol's research, is both more thrilling and more accessible than any snake oil salesman, or even the supplement industry, would have you believe. This is not about a secret potion or purchasing the latest shiny device. It's not about trendy cleanses, expensive biohacking routines, or miracle juices that promise to erase decades overnight. It's about rigorous science, a revolution happening in longevity research right now. The true breakthroughs are unfolding in medical journals, laboratories, and case studies like Mrs. L.R., not in late-night infomercials. And if you're listening, it means you can become part of the 5%. The 5% who age not with chronic disease, but with resilience, clarity, and yes, genuine joy. Let's be honest, longevity is more than just living longer. It's about the quality of those added years. Can you keep your thoughts agile, your body strong, your purpose intact? There is a path forward, one built on real evidence, not empty promises. Dr. Topol, a world leader in both cardiology and longevity science, has cracked open the new playbook, the things that truly separate superagers from everyone else. These lessons won't just add years to your life, but life to your years. If you're ready to discover the science-backed habits, choices, and mindsets that separate extraordinary agers from the rest, let us know. Show your excitement by hitting that like button. Together, we can dive into the 5 dimensions that make the difference between merely surviving the decades and thriving in them. But before we lay out the blueprint to become a super ager, there's one system inside you that holds the master key to it all. It's your body's commander, protector, and sometimes its greatest saboteur. To unlock the secret of the super agers, we must first understand why your immune system truly sets the clock on your aging. Your immune system is the master conductor of the aging process, a truth Dr. Topol emphasizes as the core of healthy longevity. Imagine it as your body's dedicated security force, a complex network of cells, tissues, and organs working tirelessly to protect you from internal and external threats. But this force can either guard your vitality or, as you age, betray it. Here's why this matters. The four chronic killers that undermine health as we get older, diabetes, cancer, heart disease, and neurodegeneration, all share a root cause in immune system dysfunction. When your immune defenses falter, these diseases find the opening to take hold. Take diabetes, for example. It's now understood not just as a metabolic disorder, but as one heavily influenced by chronic inflammation, your immune system's misguided attack on healthy tissue. Similarly, cancer often arises when immune surveillance fails to identify and destroy abnormal cells before they multiply. Heart disease, the #1 cause of death in the U.S., involves inflammatory processes that damage arteries over time. And neurodegenerative diseases, like Alzheimer's, are increasingly linked to immune responses gone awry inside the brain. Dr. Topol paints a vivid picture. Your immune system is the body's security force, the first line of defense that decides whether you maintain health or succumb to illness. But as years pass, this force experiences what scientists call immunosenescence, a natural aging of the immune system. This isn't simply a decline in numbers, but a shift in function. Some components become sluggish, while others may become overactive, causing chronic inflammation that accelerates tissue damage and aging. Imagine two people turning 75. One is vibrant, mentally sharp, physically active, resisting common illnesses. The other struggles with frailty, frequent infections, and chronic diseases. The secret difference? Their immune systems age very differently. While immunosenescence affects everyone, it does so unevenly, and the winner in this longevity race is the one whose immune system retains resilience and balance. Understanding this immune aging is critical because it explains why some people show remarkable vitality deep into their 90s, while others succumb to chronic illnesses long before. The immune system's integrity is your longevity command center, governing the pace of aging far more than genes alone. This knowledge opens a powerful window into how you might intervene. By supporting immune health, reducing chronic inflammation, and preventing immune dysfunction, you can dramatically shift your aging trajectory. So as we move forward, remember, the future of living longer and healthier hinges on mastering your immune system. Next, we'll explore the first of the 5 key dimensions Dr. Topol identifies that influence this all-important defense network, your lifestyle and environment, and how these daily choices either build your immune fortress or chip away at it. In the quest for longevity, Dr. Topol pushes us to think beyond the usual advice of eat better and move more. He introduces a powerful concept he calls Lifestyle Plus, a broader approach that recognizes how hidden environmental toxins, social factors, and lifestyle choices interact to either steal your lifespan or extend it with vibrancy. One of the silent but significant threats hiding in our environment is microplastics. These tiny plastic particles have infiltrated virtually every corner of our planet, and unfortunately, our bodies too. Topol draws attention to alarming evidence that microplastics contribute to cardiovascular problems, impair brain function, and disrupt reproductive health. These particles provoke inflammation, oxidative stress, and cellular damage, quietly undermining the cellular machinery that supports vitality. Unlike obvious pollutants like air pollution, which most people know to avoid if possible, microplastics are insidious, present in the air we breathe, the food we eat, and even the water we drink. Fighting exposure means being vigilant about limiting plastic packaging, avoiding microwaving food in plastic containers, and choosing fresh, unpackaged foods when possible. This is a war that requires awareness because these toxins accumulate over time, stealthily draining your longevity reserve. But Topol's Lifestyle Plus doesn't stop there. While environmental toxins sap our biology, strength training emerges as a beacon of hope. According to the research, strength training isn't just beneficial, it's arguably the single most effective intervention for boosting longevity. It counteracts muscle loss, one of the key drivers of frailty and metabolic decline. Muscle not only supports mobility and physical independence, but acts as a metabolic powerhouse, improving glucose regulation, cardiovascular health, and even mitochondrial function. Beyond the obvious benefits to strength and balance, resistance training also signals your cells to repair and rejuvenate, combating the biological aging signals that accumulate with sedentary living. Topol highlights that super agers don't just walk or casually exercise. They lift weights, engage in resistance work that preserves their muscle mass, and, critically, their functional independence well into old age. Another often overlooked killer of healthy aging is social isolation. Topol reveals a deeply troubling biological link between loneliness and accelerated aging. Studies show that people who experience persistent social isolation exhibit measurable declines in immune function. Their bodies produce more inflammatory molecules, their cellular repair mechanisms slow down, and their susceptibility to chronic diseases surges. Human beings are wired for connection. The absence of meaningful social bonds triggers a stress response that ages cells prematurely, crippling the immune system and accelerating biological decline. For superagers, maintaining rich social networks isn't a luxury. It's as crucial as nutrition and exercise. They engage with friends, family, and communities, creating emotional resilience that translates into cellular resilience. By understanding the Lifestyle Plus framework, we see that longevity isn't just about diet or exercise in isolation. It's about reducing exposure to hidden toxins like microplastics, prioritizing strength training to build and preserve muscle, and nurturing strong social ties to protect immune function. These factors weave together to form a fortress around your lifespan, turning the tide against the onslaught of modern environmental and social stressors. While these lifestyle factors lay the vital foundation, superagers have something else working in their favor, something deeper, at the cellular level. Next, we will unravel how their cells stay young and resilient, keeping their bodies biologically youthful even as the calendar years advance. When we talk about aging, we often focus on external signs, wrinkles, gray hair, that slowing down of pace. But what really determines how young or old we are lies deep inside, at the cellular level. Eric Topol introduces us to this invisible battleground where the true fight for longevity happens, shining light on a remarkable process that sets superagers apart: their exceptional ability to keep their cells clean, functional, and youthful. First, let's meet the culprits at the heart of cellular aging: senescent cells. Think of these as biological zombies. They're cells that have stopped dividing but refuse to die. Instead of quietly fading away, they linger like unwelcome guests, secreting inflammatory chemicals that poison their neighbors and disrupt the delicate balance of our tissues. This toxic environment accelerates aging, causes chronic inflammation, and undermines the body's ability to repair itself. Accumulating senescent cells are a major driver of the diseases and frailty we often associate with aging. But here's where superagers differ. They have mastered the art of cellular housekeeping. Their bodies run a highly efficient cleanup crew that identifies and removes these senescent cells before they can cause harm. This process, called senolysis, is like a dedicated waste management system, constantly sweeping through tissues to maintain cellular health. Beyond that, superagers sustain superior mitochondrial function, the mitochondria being tiny energy powerhouses inside every cell. Healthy mitochondria means cells have the fuel they need to perform at their best, resist damage, and regenerate. And it doesn't stop with mitochondria and senescent cells. Stem cell function, the body's natural source of regeneration, also remains robust in superagers. Their stem cells retain the ability to divide and replace damaged cells, keeping organs and tissues looking and performing younger than their chronological age would suggest. This cellular vigilance is what creates the profound difference between biological age, the actual health and functionality of your cells, and chronological age, the number of years you've lived. Two people may both be 70 years old, but the one with better cellular maintenance may look and feel decades younger, maintaining cognitive sharpness, mobility, and resilience that defy expectations. This is the magic of being a super ager, living younger on the inside, no matter what the calendar says. Understanding these cellular processes is thrilling because it means aging is not a one-way trip. Science is uncovering ways to enhance cellular cleanup, rejuvenate damaged mitochondria, and preserve stem cell vitality, opening doors to extending not just lifespan, but health span. The years lived in robust, disease-free health. But how do we know who will become a super ager before these visible signs appear? That's where the next frontier comes in, the molecular revolution. By decoding the molecular signatures hidden deep within our biology, researchers like Dr. Topol are learning to predict longevity and tailor interventions like never before. With this understanding, we're not just passively watching the years go by. We're actively participating in the science of aging well. Next, we'll dive into how the molecular mysteries inside your body illuminate the path to becoming a super ager. Your body's longevity story is written not just in years lived, but, more importantly, in the intricate language of your molecules. This is the realm of the Omics Revolution, a powerful leap forward that Dr. Topol describes as the key to understanding what truly dictates how you age and how long you stay healthy. Let's start with the concept of polygenic risk scores. Imagine your genome as a vast library of instructions, where countless genes interact to influence your health outcomes. Polygenic risk scores are tools scientists use to decode this library. They analyze thousands of genetic variants simultaneously to estimate your inherited risk for diseases such as diabetes, heart disease, or cancer. Sometimes decades before any symptoms appear, this early warning system isn't about determinism, but about foresight. Knowing your risks allows you and your doctors to take targeted preventive steps long before a crisis hits. Next, we enter the fascinating world of epigenetic clocks. Unlike your chronological age, which simply counts the years, epigenetic clocks measure your biological age, the true functional state of your cells and tissues. These clocks read chemical markers attached to your DNA that change in response to lifestyle, environment, and disease processes. They reveal how fast or slow your body is aging on a molecular level, providing a personalized snapshot of your internal health. For superagers, these clocks tick slower, reflecting cells that maintain youthful functioning despite passing years. Now, when these layers of molecular information from genomics, proteomics, and other omics fields come together, something remarkable happens. Molecular profiling becomes possible. This comprehensive biological blueprint reveals the unique signature of your health and disease risk. Using advanced lab techniques, scientists identify patterns of proteins, metabolites, and genetic markers linked to aging and chronic disease. This data forms the basis of precision longevity medicine. This difference tailoring interventions precisely to your biology, not just generalized health advice. Dr. Topol envisions a near future where your doctor can review your personal molecular profile and design a customized plan, whether lifestyle changes, specific supplements, or emerging drugs, that fits your exact needs. This is a transformative shift from reactive medicine to proactive, personalized prevention. But raw data alone won't get you there. The immense complexity of these molecular insights demands something more, a tool capable of turning vast information into clear, actionable wisdom. The data from your molecular profile is powerful, but it takes artificial intelligence to turn that information into actionable insights. Artificial intelligence is transforming longevity medicine into a proactive, personalized field that predicts your health problems long before you feel them. Unlike traditional medicine, which often reacts to symptoms after they appear, AI constantly analyzes patterns in vast amounts of biomarker data, subtle signals in your blood chemistry, genetics, metabolism, and more that human doctors might miss. This means diseases like diabetes, heart problems, or neurodegeneration can be forecasted years in advance, allowing for early intervention that can halt or slow their progression. Wearable technology plays a huge role in this revolution. Today's devices do far more than count steps or track sleep. They continuously monitor vital signs, biochemical markers, and even stress levels in real time, feeding this data into AI systems that detect slight deviations from your personal baseline. This kind of continuous health monitoring is becoming standard, not luxury. It enables a seamless flow of information for your longevity physician, whether in a clinic or remotely. By combining molecular data from your genetics, blood tests, and lifestyle with AI-driven analysis, doctors can design truly personalized medicine. No more one-size-fits-all approaches. Instead, your longevity plan can target your unique biology, pinpoint vulnerabilities, and recommend precise lifestyle changes, supplements, or therapies tailored just for you. Think of AI as a tireless doctor, working 24/7, integrating trillions of data points and catching health signals you never knew existed. This is the dawn of a new era, where technology empowers you to intervene early, maintain vitality, and extend your healthy lifespan far beyond what was once imagined. While AI helps us predict and prevent problems, breakthrough drugs are now giving us powerful new tools to fight aging itself. Dr. Eric Topol highlights a remarkable evolution in the pharmaceutical landscape, with drugs like GLP-1 agonists, specifically semaglutide, originally developed to treat type 2 diabetes, now showing promising broad anti-aging effects that could revolutionize longevity medicine. GLP-1 drugs work primarily by mimicking a natural hormone called glucagon-like peptide 1, which regulates blood sugar and appetite. But researchers have discovered they do much more than glucose control. Semaglutide, one of the most studied GLP-1 agonists, not only helps with weight loss and diabetes management, but also reduces systemic inflammation and oxidative stress, both key drivers of aging and chronic disease. Clinical trials now reveal that patients on semaglutide experience improvements in cardiovascular health, metabolic function, and even markers associated with biological aging, potentially slowing or partially reversing the aging process at a molecular level. Beyond GLP-1 drugs, Topol discusses senolytics, a class of pharmaceuticals designed to selectively target and eliminate senescent cells, those biological zombies that accumulate with age and produce harmful inflammatory substances. Removing these cells can rejuvenate tissue function and reduce age-related frailty by lowering chronic inflammation that accelerates aging and disease. Another key compound Topol mentions is rapamycin, an immunosuppressive drug found to extend lifespan and health span in animal models by modulating cellular growth pathways and reducing aging-related damage. While rapamycin's precise role in human longevity requires further research, it fits into the broader pharmaceutical approach for aging by targeting mechanisms at the cellular level. Topol integrates these pharmaceutical interventions within his 5-dimensional longevity framework, combining lifestyle factors, cellular health, molecular profiling, AI-driven personalized medicine, and advanced drugs, emphasizing that super agers optimize all these aspects synergistically rather than relying on one single approach. In summary, GLP-1 agonists like semaglutide are emerging as powerful longevity pills due to their anti-inflammatory, metabolic, and possibly epigenetic rejuvenating effects. Senolytics and rapamycin add targeted mechanistic tools that actively fight the biological processes of aging. Together, these pharmaceutical innovations offer new hope for extending healthy human lifespan as an integral part of a comprehensive, evidence-based longevity strategy. Next, we'll explore how these powerful dimensions come together in a unified longevity blueprint, reflecting the full scope of what it means to be a super ager. As we bring this journey to its powerful conclusion, let's put the entire super ager blueprint into perspective. The extraordinary individuals Dr. Eric Topol calls super agers aren't simply lucky with their genetics. Instead, they are the result of mastering 5 interconnected dimensions that together forge resilient, vibrant longevity. First is Lifestyle Plus, where daily habits including strength training, social connection, and reducing exposure to hidden environmental toxins build a strong foundation. This is not just the usual advice, but a holistic approach that reflects the complex interactions influencing health span. Next comes Cellular Health, the unseen battle within, where the removal of damaged senescent cells, maintaining mitochondrial vitality, and preserving stem cell function ensure that the body stays biologically young even as the years pass. The third dimension dives into the Omics Revolution, decoding your body's molecular blueprint through genomics and epigenetics. This knowledge reveals unseen risks and opportunities, allowing for personalized strategies that speak directly to your biology. Then, the incredible power of artificial intelligence acts as your personal, ever-vigilant longevity physician, constantly analyzing data streams, recognizing early warning signs, and enabling interventions years before problems manifest visibly. Finally, strategic pharmaceutical interventions such as GLP-1 agonists, senolytics, and rapamycin provide advanced tools to fight the biological processes of aging itself, complementing lifestyle and technology with cutting-edge medicine. Together, these 5 dimensions form a comprehensive, evidence-based strategy, not a silver bullet, but a resilient, dynamic system that you can shape and control. The longevity revolution isn't a far-off dream. It's happening right now. And the most astonishing prediction, in just 30 years, there will be 5 times as many people over 100 years old, and they will be healthier than ever before because of these breakthroughs. The question isn't if this longevity revolution will unfold. It's whether you will choose to be part of it. So before we end, I want to ask you, which of these 5 dimensions, Lifestyle Plus, cells, omics, AI, or drugs, vaccines, do you believe will have the biggest impact on your personal longevity journey? Think about it. And if this evidence-based approach to living longer, healthier lives resonates with you, subscribe now for more insights from the world's leading medical research. Together, let's build a community of future super agers, people who don't just hope for a longer life but actively create it. Your journey to becoming a super ager starts here. Thank you for listening.